like I'm live. Just need to make sure. Okay, I'm pretty quiet. Let me see if I can up that a little bit. All right, is that better? All right, sounds like I'm good. All right, starting a new world in this mod pack. I have played the mod before. I am starting a new world. It takes a little bit to get started, unfortunately, but I'll play through that. Oh. Let's remove all those. Start off from scratch. Unfortunately, I need to. Let's see. Can I refresh my map? Oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Um. Okay. Now, I don't know what that did, but maybe it will correct itself eventually. It looks like it is starting to. Alright. Let's see what's around me. Definitely want to grab some of these, because these are maple trees. And they'll be useful later. Once I start to get tree taps. Now, I did allow cheats to be enabled. Not really going to be messing with any of this. But the one reason I did is it does give me the option to teleport. Just so I'm not needing to run around and or run back through caves, because that will take quite a while. But with the ability to teleport, I can just go back to a specific waypoint from before. And I'm not going to be using it for generic TPs either, like to teleport anywhere onto the map. Only waypoints that I make. So if I want to teleport back to a place, I have to go there first. Kind of like a checkpoint. Alright, looks like we have a mushroom village. Lily pad. I will grab these mushrooms just because they are very good for later. But yeah, so I do have cheats enabled, but more so for a checkpoint of sorts. Now, first things first, I'm going to need swamp lantern. I'm going to need a pickaxe for that. And now that I found a crafting table, let me just get that stuff started. Now, how you upgrade tools in this mod pack is actually pretty interesting. Because you can't just mine stone and then craft a stone tool. Instead, you have to actually upgrade it through an in-mod process. Which I think is pretty cool. I grabbed these swamp lanterns just so that I can use them as decoration later. Now, one thing of note for this mod pack is surface cannot spawn mobs. So mobs can only spawn in the caves. So even if I take these lanterns, the villagers are still going to be safe here just because no mobs can spawn. Now, the first portion of this mod pack is running around and collecting things that you can farm later. One of which being mushrooms. Now, I haven't actually seen if I can grow the toadstools yet, so that'll be cool to learn. But yeah, so grabbing some starting resources and especially seeds. Oh, blue bed I will take. I like blue. Oh, a cake. Eat that, recover my hunger. Alright, just an upstairs portion. It does have, ooh, amethyst shards. Now, if I find an amethyst bud, I will need to pop a waypoint in there because amethyst is worth decent money, and it's going to take quite a while until I can start growing them myself. So, anywhere I can farm amethyst naturally is definitely a good idea to keep in mind. Now, there we go. We got red mushrooms now. Alright, definitely want to grab this anvil. Now, you may notice that the durability on my pickaxe is not going down. Well, that's because... Oh, accidentally vein mined all of that. But this mod actually has durability turned off, except for one situation in particular, which is if you die, your tools will lose a % of their durability. So, honestly, unbreaking is pretty much useless in this mod pack because since it loses a portion of its durability, it will not be protected by the unbreaking enchantment. So, that's part of the reason I'm not really worrying about grabbing that, not worrying about grabbing the unbreaking fishing rod. Now, I'm grabbing kelp because, even though I can't sell it, it can be used as a pretty decent food source. It grows quickly, and with a quick smelt in the furnace, it becomes a food. Kelp, yeah. I can also make it into sushi eventually, but don't really have much access to that at the moment. But yeah, this is actually a pretty good start to the mod. Finding a village, even one of these mushroom villages, which tend to have less stuff that I need. But as a early game food source, pretty good. Let me see if the lush lily pads actually do something special. Lush lily pads. Yeah, nothing really. I will grab this second anvil though, just because the first one will eventually break. Grab all of these. Now, the main point of this game is you gotta gather money. That's what'll really allow you to start doing any and all of the stuff you might need. And to get that is pretty simple, but But first things first, let me just need to find a place where I want to build my home. Now I did get a bed, but I honestly might just work through the night. Unless it gets like too dark out. But I can use one of these lanterns in my offhand to circumvent that. Now I did notice a plains this way. So I might start by looking there just because nice open area to start making some housing. Maybe I should... actually, I have wood for a crafting table. Let me just get a little bit situated. Alright. Grab 3 furnaces. Split this into thirds. And get some of this food cooking. Now, as I said earlier, mobs do not spawn on the surface here. Oh, I really shouldn't have eaten the last of my onions, but onions are pretty common, so I'm not too worried about that. But it is safe to go through the night just because, well, you know, yeah, I will sleep off the night just because it's going to be easier to find a good place to live in the daytime. Now, that should be enough food to get me where I need to go. So, let me just break all this stuff so I don't have to craft again. And let's venture into the plains, because something tells me that'll probably be a bit better of an area. Ooh. Nice mountains nearby. And one thing I noted is that normally when I play this mod pack, starting new worlds, I'll find an underground area to build my house and trading hall. I might actually try something different this time. Ooh. That's a nice cave, but without proper tools and armor, caves are dangerous. Also, I need to kill cows. Cows and horses. But, ooh, emeralds. If I had an iron pick, that would be nice. So I honestly might just make, I might set up a waypoint here. Let's see, windswept hills. Okay, so this is all windswept hills, so emeralds can spawn in this biome. So let me just make a quick waypoint. Emeralds. Oh, and it came up green too. Perfect. We got some more coal. And again, just want to find a nice area to settle down before I actually set up my base. Now, one thing that's neat about this is plants do not hold you, so you can fall right through them. Trees. And if you're jumping from a high area, it can actually stop your fall, basically. Potatoes. I do want potatoes. I do want carrots. Now, I am running out of space. It does have a backpack mod installed, but I need a villager to get one of the backpacks. So, one thing this game does well is it really handles the progression system very well. Where, again, I can't just make stone tools. I have to upgrade them, and to upgrade them, I first need money. Ooh, got a statue. I will grab this for later. Really running out of space, though. hamster. Let me see if I can tame him. Seeds. There we go. Now, the hamster, I can throw away the sticks because, there we go. I have collected hamster. Alright. Let's see. This isn't a bad biome to set up in, because there are pumpkins, a lot of pumpkins and mushrooms nearby, which end up becoming a very good source of food, but I don't necessarily know if this is where I want to set up. Okay. It's over this way. I see something that looks strange. Oh, it's one of these ruined houses. There's a chest in here. Ooh, okay, that's good. Got a shield. First piece of armor taken care of. Let's see. Got some iron nuggets. That'll be good for later. Definitely want to keep the cauldron. Oh. That should be good for now. Pumpkin seeds, actually. What don't I need? I should have enough food for now that I won't need kelp. Honestly, one of the more important parts right now. Ooh. Potatoes. That is a zinc coin, which is good to have. I can find more ancient goddess statues, or more goddess statues later. And for right now, I only need a stack of cobblestone. It's easy to get back. I'll probably end up having too much cobblestone before long. Let's put hamster in the chest while I do that. Pull hamster back out. Alright. Let's see. Unfortunately, it's a little bit buggy with the map because it's showing the map for my other world, which I might honestly show off someday. Just because I'm actually really happy with the build so far. There are a few things I need to work on it, but other than that, it's turning out pretty good. So I might show that off later. Let's see. This kind of turns into some hills. Oh, I see cherry trees. I'm not the biggest fan of the color pink, which is kind of strange considering my Oshi being Mori Calliope, but ooh. Alright. So, there's cherry trees right next to the Alps. This might honestly be a good place to set up. Or at least, I'm going to do the bare minimum here and drop a waypoint for the cherry forest. Or cherry / Alps. There we go. At least going to drop a waypoint there so that I have it. I will keep moving for now just because I'm waiting until I have some inventory space before I come back. But again, now that I have a waypoint there, I can teleport to it. Ooh, I kind of want these. No. Foul berries, you can sell them, but they're not really worth that much. And they're going to take up inventory space I need for something else. Which, because yeah, my inventory's full right now. So I am going to have to move on. This area might be okay. see. I have wheat seeds, and I really want to get a wheat farm up and running pretty quickly, so I'll take these. And there's an item that comes a little bit later on down the line that is going to pretty much entirely negate this seasonal debuff or seasonal thing, so it'll essentially make it so that that's barley. I really don't want to throw out the iron nuggets, but I'll throw out the potatoes. I need iron for something later on down the line, and not losing too much of your uncooked iron is a good idea. And I can get some more geodes later, because I need leather. And you're really, really not... There we go. Leather. 2 leather. That's not good. Two more leather. I have cows, but I don't really want to drop anything. Okay, I really didn't want to lose the nugget. Wait, actually. Let me see about, taking some damage here. Where did my nuggets go? Oh, wait. Oh, right. I am trying to get rid of this for an inventory space. It's kind of a waste. You know what? Yeah, it's a waste of time. I'm just gonna... I threw it out as soon as I took enough damage to actually need it. Yay. So. Okay. Where is my other cooked fish? Raw salmon, cooked salmon. Maybe it's the tropical fish. Let me sleep off the night real quick. Now, I do have a skill point, not really needing to spend that right away. So, I'll just go back to killing cows for the moment. There we go. 1 leather, alright. Now, the reason I need to kill cows and horses for leather is because I need to start... I can't craft, like, if I get iron, I can't craft iron armor. I have to craft leather armor, turn that into chain armor, and then I can craft the chain armor into iron. And then iron into diamonds, so on and so forth. Ooh. That's actually a pretty good building that I see up ahead. Or not building, but structure. Not the tree, I mean way over this way. You can now see it on the mini-map, where it's... That small little farm-looking structure is actually a very good... Why am I getting geodes? Okay, I guess I'll spend those. Looting. Cool. Got some bonus range damage and looting. Do geodes just spawn naturally from these? Maybe. But all I know is I am getting geodes, which means... Oh, right. It's the earth crystals that have to be unlocked through a skill. Alright. So yeah, geodes aren't hard to come by, and honestly, they're in some ways a little bit annoying to deal with. But in this structure, first of all, there's some chests that I can loot. It does spawn some slimes. Luckily, slimes aren't a really big threat. More coins. You know, I can drop the wheat. Don't really want any of those. And back here, another chest. Don't need oak saplings. Don't need apples. Now that'll be good later. Oh, this requires a... oh, wait. No, I can grab it. All right. So what I just got from that is a sprinkler. And they will actually be used later for automating my farming. Honestly, crafting those as quickly as you can, or, as I showed here, finding them in those farm structures as soon as possible is honestly your best bet. Now, I'm not too worried about killing the animals because there are ways to craft animals in this mod pack. So, no more going out on half a year long expeditions looking for animals and then slowly either boating them or using wheat to lure them back. You can just craft them later on down the line. And to do that, all you have to do is get some eggs, which will come from chickens, or in these forests, you might hear a strange noise every once in a while. I'll try to point it out if I find it. But forests and birch forests have a chance to... they're only in birch trees. But it has a chance to spawn something called a birt. B-I-R-T. And they spawn in trees, birch trees specifically. And if you find one of their nests and right-click it a few times, you get birt eggs. And those will be how you craft animals. And again, that or... that. Alright, let me just make a... this one's going to be a very temporary waypoint. Because there's nothing really here that I need except for spruce. And that'll be important. Again, a lot of stuff I find that I'm going to make waypoints for in the early game are going to be just stuff that's going to be important, but not enough to make a waypoint that actually sticks. It's just got to be there long enough for me to get a couple of spruce saplings without my inventory being absolutely clogged. Now, I really don't want to go into an ice biome or a snow biome. They're beautiful for sure, but I don't want to deal with powdered snow. Ooh, but it does have woolly sheep, which is really cool. Okay, I'm slowly running out of food, so... might eventually need to make another stop to cook some. Now, I will be streaming tomorrow. I'll be streaming some Master Duel. Really just need to be gathering some more stuff for decks. Ooh. I don't have any more wood to make a boat either. Perhaps my best bet is to follow this beach around this way. And try to aim myself back towards land. A sea base might not be terrible. Create like little bungalows for my villagers to live in. That'd be kind of neat. But right now need to figure out... I'm actually going to travel along the plains. Forest basically just going to take me back into the snow biome. And there's really not much to do with snow. I can make a snow golem to harvest it if I need it down the line, which You can use a refrigerator to make like ice cream or sundaes, stuff like that. That requires snow, but I can come collect a little bit and add that to a or make use that to make a snow golem and then harvest it indefinitely. I did see that though. It is another one of those farm structures. Which again, collecting as many sprinklers as I can is an idea that I will never say no to. Let me grab this. The books I'm grabbing and using are skill books. They teach you a specific thing, like with the level up system that I used a little bit ago. I don't need maple saplings. I can get more later. I do, however, need this. No. It's just unfortunate that it seems to be mostly snowy biomes. The Alps are good for later. Are good because I can get alpine salt. There are other ways to get it that are just as easy, but those are more for when you, if you cannot find an Alps biome, as they involve spending money, which, as you may have guessed, spending money is not my favorite thing to do, because I want to be gaining money. Again, I haven't heard any of the actual Burts, though, surprisingly. And you should be able to hear them if you come across their nest. Alright, let's... Boop. Is that even providing light? I don't think that's providing much light, if any. Alright. Yeah, I'm just going to throw my shield back on if it's not really going to provide light. I hear one. Oh, there we go. So this is a Burt dwelling. Okay, there's no eggs inside, unfortunately. Let me actually try sleeping here. That's... Okay. They're doing things. I don't know what they're doing, but... Oop, I'm being attacked by these two. Okay, so I got one Burt egg. It's not a lot, but it's better than nothing. And I wonder, is this same village I came across earlier? I don't believe so, actually. But it might be. Alright. I don't even know if this is a village up here. It definitely looks like one, though. Is it not? I guess it's not a village. Oh, it's the pine trees. Alright. Okay, so it wasn't a village at all. It was just trees. Oh yeah, you can see it on the map here. This is where my base was in my other world. It was right next to a village. So that's interesting. Sometimes that happens, or I think it usually happens. Whatever world you were playing last, when you make a new world, it basically superimposes what you explored in your other world onto the map in the first, or in the new one. Oh, and it wasn't a snowy biome that I actually did, but snow appears everywhere during the winter. And I think I did end the last time I played on that world during winter. So, he even kept the season accurate. Well, not the season, but it spawned snow. Let's get up here so we can start traveling that way. Hey, it'd be kind of interesting if I found something cool where my house is in the other worlds. Or in my main world, basically. Ooh, chains. And a grindstone. You know what? I can toss out the gold nuggets. Chains are a bit more important. Actually, let me just throw out my crafting table. And unfortunately, these buildings spawn 3 chains. However, for the item that I use them for, I actually require 4. And that item is the first upgrade to leather armor. That being chainmail. So, make chainmail, you use chains. So either I have to find another one of those structures, or I use iron to make chains, which is kind of a waste, but gotta do what you gotta do. Let's see. It looks like where my old base is in a forest, it would appear. Yep, and as you saw, despite the fact that I would have taken damage there, since I was falling through the leaves, it slowed my fall enough that I did not. Which is a really cool addition to the mod. Okay. Yep, and as you can see, the generation of my my base disappears into the forest. Honestly, I don't see a clearing there. Let me see what's up with this clearing. It might be a place. Let me make some food. Alright. So head up there as soon as my food gets done. And that should honestly, or that should clear out some inventory space as well. Okay. Inventory raw cod. Let me just get this all cooked up. Alright, actually. Use the rest of that to cook this a little bit faster. I want to be doing my quests, but also my quests give me items, which with a full inventory already, items would not be great. So I'll have the perfect amount until I start losing hunger, and then I need to finish off these 3 salmon for that. Oh, did I leave the beef behind? Luckily not the leather, though. That would not have been good. Okay, need that. Go, and pick up the last one. There we go. That should be plenty of food to last me until I can get a base situated. Alpine birch. So we're in more Alps. A lot of Alps nearby. Which is music to my ears. Okay. I might be being a bit too picky here. Might be better to just pick a place, build something better there. And I can terraform it however I want over time, so I would like a plains. That would make this so much easier. Just to have a plains with like a forest nearby. Alright. My best bet is to go this way, because it looks like it ends. Because right over there is a stone beach, so it does look like that's where that's going to end. I want somewhere with, like, generally almost flat terrain. That'll make it a lot easier to terraform the area. And make it what I want it to be, basically. Like this, but to make a little bit bigger, just so it's... just so I'm able to actually, like, build all the infrastructure and stuff I need. Because the farms get to be pretty large. I will actually throw out the gold for now. Once I get into the nether, I can make a gold farm there. With the piglins. And beef important because food. Leather important because armor. Underwater cave. I don't like underwater caves. Do I have thalassophobia? Probably not, but there is always the possibility. I don't really get too scared in Subnautica, so I don't think I do, but you know what? I don't like caving in general, so it might be claustrophobia. Got some roses there. There we go. Beef only, no leather. That's fortunate because the important part is the leather here. There we go. More leather. 17 now. We're getting there. The flower gardens are absolutely gorgeous at night. I don't really know what is causing them to glow, but something is. Actually, let me check. What shader pack do I have? Options, video settings. Not dynamic lights, I don't think. Performance, quality, embedium. No, this isn't showing what shader packs. Resource packs, maybe? No. Oh, glow up, probably. Ooh, sugarcane. What can I drop for sugarcane? You know what? I really don't want to drop the brown mushrooms. I like red mushrooms better, but brown mushrooms I like using are good for actually getting that stuff. Let's see. What can I drop? Let's go barley seeds. They're pretty common and I can get them back later on down the line, and they're less useful than wheat. Okay, we got a beach here. Same as the last couple of times, I'm going to sleep off the night. Just because it's easier to search for a place when I am not trying to avoid caves and cliffs generation with dark. Ooh. Okay, okay. Again, this area would be great if not for the mountain generation. I might honestly just head back to one of the prior plains I saw. Because I did see at the other plains I visited that the terrain there was fine. Because again, if I build it over here, ooh, what's over there? How big is that? But yeah, if I build it over here, I'll have to deal with this mountain eventually. And that could get annoying. But right now this is looking like it's just islands. Alright. There's coconut trees, which coconut trees can sell for decent money. I see that. What is that? Is that a tiki torch? Ooh, what might not be bad is a water base. I might have already talked about that, but I want the iron. 3 nuggets of iron is less than a full ingot of iron, so I will grab the full ingot. I must have walked past the entrance. Oh, right here. Is that, of course, I need to grab the sprinkler. And any items I might need from this chest. Let me put the sprinklers back temporarily. And waste my burnt egg. That's wonderful. I love that. That's very fun. But what might not be bad is if I start a base on the water over here and just use dirt to get that situated. That way I can expand as I see fit. And you know what? I'm going to do that. I will come over here real quick. Go a little bit away from the lake just because I don't want to make that look ugly. Okay, over here is fine. gonna do this. Ooh. I did not consider that would happen. You know what? I know you're my tamed hamster, but actually, will you? I don't really want you to follow me is the issue. Because if you follow me, you might drown while I'm trying to build my new home. So it might be best that you stay over there. And let's swim out to the middle of the lake and start this water base. Or lake. Is there a better place? Nah, I really like the idea of building it on this lake. Let's try to position myself as close to the center as possible. Here seems good. There we go. Alright. Let's just get a starting platform set up. And what's even better is I can also use this to gather kelp. And since the surface is essentially peaceful mode, I don't have to worry about drown spawning. So we're all good there. Just getting a nice, decent-sized platform set up here. Actually, this will be more or less my town center. Whew. So let me actually... Don't mind me just doing something weird. Because when am I not? It'll look okay, I promise. Is that... Should probably craft a shovel for this. Alright, there's that. Oh. Loot dirt can spawn on any lock, it seems. Alright, so with that in place... Three. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so more or less just placing stuff right now. I will build securement for this. First things first, let me gather some wood. so that I may start construction. And let's see. I'm going to use oak. I don't want to move too far away from my house, but I should be close enough that I can still find it. Let's see what palm looks like. Or coconut. No, it is palm. Ooh, I don't actually mind that. Let's go with that. Not maple. I want the palm logs. There's that. Now, if I throw something out, I can get the coconuts. Let's throw away the pumpkin seeds. They're not as useful as, say... for instance, they're not as useful as the wheat seeds. Because wheat seeds are going to make us some decent money, but it's also going to make us bread. And bread's going to be a pretty good for a food source. Okay. Don't really need that. Don't really need that. I would... Ooh, wait, actually. Throw that away. Grab the palm sapling and plant it. And then re-pick up the sticks. And for right now, the main... Oh. Throw away the sticks. Because I need my bed. Now, the main thing this will do is I'll use this wood, create a chest, and a boat. Now, a boat will make getting to and from my home faster. And the chest will make it so that I am no longer sitting with 4,000 items in my inventory. So, first things first. Palm log. Make a crafting table. Throw that down. Let's see. Nope, can't use that. Crafting recipe, so I'll just make a stack. And let's place 4 down for right now. 1 for building materials. Oh. Yeah, 1 for building materials and 1 for not building materials. Which is most of my inventory. But not for long. Okay. There we go. Now, I do need my cooked cod. Grab this. I'll grab the trash bag for now. And I also need wood. Because I'm going to... Those 3. Hopefully I don't need charcoal, but even if I do, that's not a hard ask. I do not. Boom. Campfire. That's going to make all of my cooking needs free. Which is good because I have a lot of things I need cooked. Alright, let me make the harder one first. Boom, boom, boom. So now I have 3 pieces of armor, and I can start collecting my quests. That's going to give me all of that stuff. Not really something needed. Yeah, this is just giving me basic information, mostly stuff I already know. So we're online, food book. There we go. Now, the more important one, getting started. So that'll give me the smithing table, which is the first and foremost, what I need. And I need a shipping bin now, which is going to be one of those. Oh. I should not have crafted that. Now I'm out of wood. That's okay. I will go and get some more in due time. First things first, I do need to cook up a little bit. Now let me see what's in the trash bag. Vegetable sandwich, that's some good food. A brass ladder. Alright. That'll go in that box. Now I need the smithing table. I'll put that there. And brass coins. And finally, cobblestone. By putting these in, I can upgrade my weapons. But also, using the chains I procured earlier. Go away. Go away. Put those in the crafting chest. Or the block chest. And doing the same thing, I can actually make chainmail armor. Now, luckily I had just enough to make it with the armor that I already had. Kill off some geese. Some gooses. Oh, that's that cooked. That goes over there. I need the planks. I'm going to get some oak just to make that. So I have plenty of food. I got geode busters, which are a one-time use solution to the problem of the geodes being able to craft, or not craft using them, but crack them open. They'll give you some loot. Advanced farming, what did I get? Oh, a slime heart. That's fine. Oh, that one's an easy one. So, the free geode busting is I need to get the extractinator. This one, making money. Early game storage is all the way down there, but that's fine. So I need to get the shipping bin, which will require I grab more wood. And I said I was going to craft a boat too, but didn't. But I'm going to grab some birch and some oak. I'll use oak for the stuff I'm actually making, and birch will make charcoal. Charcoal is the better coal in this mod pack, because while you can use it for all the same things, coal has a sale value, while charcoal does not. Kind of weird, but that's just the way it is. Which means having charcoal to make torches and campfires and all that stuff is a very good idea. That way you can just sell all your coal for profit. Ooh, just had to crack my neck a little bit there. Alright. And honestly, you need a lot of torches in this mod pack just because they run out really quickly. It is Caves and Cliffs generations, so... Or cave generations, so... The caves are pretty large. Okay, get some more charcoal making wood. And I'm going to pick up some more dirt over here just because I would like to expand the base. Let's go over to the same spot that I dug last time. Ooh, and I see the little guy on the map. I can actually go up and pick up my hamster. There we go. Got my hamster. I'll grab some strawberry seeds while I'm here. I don't want to break too much of the grass. Because that can be used for stuff later. Is that enough dirt? And let me actually collect some more food. And wool. Wool's useful not only to make beds for the villagers, because I'm not a monster, but also for an item later that will allow me to in turn turn the wool into a sellable item. Yeah, I'll just start heading home. I really should set a waypoint on my house too. And I'll gather some more dirt on the way in. Sleep off the night. Oop, almost past the hill. That will definitely be enough dirt to start my base. And that should be enough wood as well. Let me just grab these cornflowers. I'll get some green. I'll try to find some cactus for green dye later. Or is there another way to make green dye? Mystical green, dried oolong, and small fir. You know, I passed quite a few alpine areas, so small fir is not hard to get there. Let me pick up some clay to make some bricks. And this should be the last time I'm going to need to swim over to my base. Because I definitely have enough wood to make boat. So let me just go ahead and do that first real quick. Throw that down. Make a trapdoor. And that'll get me the shipping bin. And the shipping bin is how you make money in this mod pack. Before I show that off, let me just finish this area. I'm going to make this a first ring area. And this is mostly for aesthetics. I have an idea that I kind of want to do for this, so just going for that right now. There's that. Oh. Do I like the I actually like it the other way more. So I'm gonna let me make a shovel real quick. Place my boat. That. Make a shovel and let me grab one of my brass coins and a cobblestone to upgrade it to a stone shovel. And I will throw these two in here. For these planks each. Alright, so I want these to be 2. Uh-oh. Let me just... Boop, boop. What is going on there? Actually, I might just make this... See, that's what's supposed to be happening, but it's not. That's okay. As soon as I craft a water bucket, I can fix that. Gonna be making that down there just so I can. Right. Need to breathe. But yeah, I'll just get this base finished. And for this world, I'm gonna try and make it so I don't do anything off stream. Is it gonna be boring for a decent amount of the time? Probably. But if it happens on stream. We'll see how long that lasts, though. I don't have a great track record when it comes to not playing games off stream. But I do need to be streaming more often, so hey. Maybe I'll just remember to turn on my recording software. Alright, there's that. Now I do have a plan for this later on down the line that I hope will make it look a bit better. But for right now, this is looking good. I'll probably build out to my farm area this way. And for now, let me just make this whole thing paths. Ooh. Uh-oh. There's that. I don't know if I like the ones off to the side. I might keep it. I'll keep it for a little bit, and if I end up not liking it, I'll just change it out. And it looks like a goose has gotten stuck in my boat. Free food. Ooh, I know. I can find some rose bushes and line this with rose bushes. That'll look nice, I think. Got some charcoal. Let me see what other quests I complete. Alright, making money. Foraging for coins. Alright, watering cops. I need a wooden hoe. That's an easy one. Ooh, box. That's loot. Raw mutton, strawberry seeds. A stick. Okay. So I'll honestly make my dock out this way. Just because if I make it out this way, I just turn that way to sail in there, turn that way to sail up to the mountain. And it'll all be good. But for right now, all I have is this little central area to call home. I'll make this a little bit more cozy. But first, I will need to build a house, which I'll build that out this way. What do I have for blocks? Not much. Let me go across, gather some more pine wood, because I actually kind of do want to build with, or not pine, palm trees. Okay, gather these up. There's that. Allows me to collect some coconuts. And I did get another palm sapling. Hopefully this next tree will give me some more than that. More than one, so I can actually start farming it somewhat sustainably. Okay, this one gave me one as well. And it looks like there is more planes that way. Let me gather some of this. Seashells are good. They give me loot and a food source, so that's pretty good. Ooh. Seashell works as a horn, or the bronze seashells specifically. Yeah, I'll head back to base once I gather a little bit more wood. Okay. So I'll see about combining the palm tree with bricks, and I might use fences for windows instead of glass, which is why I'm not collecting any of the sand really. I'll see how that looks. And if it turns out okay, I'll keep that. If not, I can dive to the bottom of the lake, find some sand, and get that smelted. Again, this will be my dock because it gets me to pretty much anywhere I might need. See. Except I want to start getting that set up. Now I want bricks for the center there. Almost looking like I'm using the planks as flotsam to keep the bricks up. Is kind of the look I'm going for. We also make some cobblestone walls. And that was my idea for right here. Little pond-esque area. Maybe I won't do the down. Yeah, I'll just leave it like this. I'll go collect some fish eventually once I get a bucket. This is a bucket. Dear God. There's more. No. If you don't know what that's from, it's Expiration Date, a Team Fortress 2 animation. Alright, let's grab that. Definitely going to need some more cobblestone so I can get some more of the walls done. Done up. Perfect number to finish that one. And again, I'll get some bucket fish. Ooh. Looks like there's a small structure over here. And I said that was going to be the last time I swam. I lied. Okay. And get some rails, some birch, and some charcoal here. So that's good. Let me actually explore up this mountain a little bit. See, is there anything that I can see from here? Follow. So far, just seeming like a snow area. There's some ores right here, so that's pretty good. I will need some copper to make some of the items, as well as just sell. That's one of the great things about this mod pack is even once you've used up all of the stuff, like you've gotten every upgrade you need for copper, all that stuff. Farm animals, bribery. This is at the end here. Killing farm. For each heart, their other drops will also be multiplied by 5. But I don't know about that. Pigs drop triple truffles. Animals can be given a friendship necklace to have a small chance of gifting a prismatic shard. You know, I'm gonna go for that. Like that sounds good to me. Zinc I can use on some of the machinery, but I don't really like going too heavy into the machinery. Also, I can't mine it with a stone pickaxe. I do need to get some iron. Oh, and I need to start a trading hall. I might... Ooh, how do I want to do the trading hall here? Because I could build a wing for the trading hall, but it might not be a bad idea to build it off onto the shore. This has a growth, or oh, I don't have any on me. I was gonna check to see if there's a growth season for sugar cane. Also need to get bamboo. Really was hoping there'd be iron here though. Got a lockbox. Give me a hat grab bag. Okay. I'll wear it because I have nothing better. Alright. Coarse dirt. Interesting, interesting. Alright. Now I do have to be careful of caves because while mobs don't spawn in the overworld, or on the surface I mean, they do spawn in caves. So that honestly makes caves actually a little bit more dangerous than in base game. Because there is absolutely zero spawn limit for that chunk being spent on the surface. So it'll literally use every single bit of potential spawning in the caves. Although it does not stop you from making a mob switch, though, which is pretty interesting. It doesn't really have a use, but you can make a mob switch. Gather some more food, as well as wool. Now, I'm not going to get any wool from that, actually, so maybe I shouldn't have killed the woolly sheep. They drop some pretty good stuff when you shear them. Like, they drop wool, which is crafted into 2 blue wool, specifically. So they're generally going to be pretty good to grab or to leave alone. They can also be crafted later, but unfortunately I wasted my Burt egg, so that's not really going to be happening anytime soon. Okay, I'm looking to see if I can find any surface iron. That would help me a lot. But another thing I can do is vein mine some stone. Now, there's no real reason to keep the rails on me. So yeah, I will swim back to my base because I was stupid and did not bring the boat. Get some oxygen, and luckily I did not break my stride. Alright. Let's put some of my blocks away. Oh, yeah, keep this. Got my bricks. Now, experience will become very important very shortly. First off, let's create some. 12 should be enough, hopefully. Worst case scenario, it'll probably just be 6 more if... Oh yeah, it's definitely going to be necessary to make more. Yeah. Hopefully 6 is enough, though. It would be nice if it was a perfect 6. Nope. And it's going to be 2 more. So 1 more craft, but that's going to leave me with 4 walls. Not ideal. Not ideal. I'll figure out something to use those for later. Got 6 white wool. Some bricks. Let's grab my palm planks again. So I want to use bricks for the floor, planks for the surrounding area to surround that with. There we go, got some more of that. Put some of this stuff away. I did not find any surface iron, unfortunately. So that won't be happening yet. Oh, I do have more bricks. Cool. We'll need to be gathering quite a bit more clay. One, two, three, four, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that'll be 5 there. Because I'll start building up right here. The door will be right here. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Yeah, I'll do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. And once I get my house built, that's when I'll place down my... I'll put my hamster inside. I will need to gather some more clay, so let's see if there's any down here. Here we go. Let's see. Gather some more air. Wait. 20. Snails. Oop, I see some. This looks like a big pocket, and it was a big pocket. Oop, there's some more. Now, probably the only place that would be easier than here to find clay. That looks like it's going to be plenty. Let me actually explore out this way a little bit. Ooh. There's a nice cave right there. Pigs. I can pick up some pork chop. Okay. Doesn't look like much is this way, but I can continue to check. So really the most important thing with hunting right now is food. Later on down the line, when I start to make a pig farm for truffles or a sheep farm for wool, I could also make a chicken farm that'll give me eggs. I don't really need milk, so I'd probably make a beef or a cow farm. Mostly just for leather and meat. So you can actually sell cooked meat for a decent amount. And do you want to give me some iron? No, you do not. Nope. Cauliflower. I'll take it because it's a seed I don't have yet. Whoops. So there's another slime spawner. Seems like it'd be a pretty good area to try and find some iron, but it's not really panning out, and I have still forgotten to put a waypoint on my base so I can teleport back. Alright, so I got my onions back. Got some lettuce seeds now. And again, right now seeds have the weakness where you can only they will only grow in in the correct season. I see some iron down there. Ow. Ow. I took ow. But iron is worth it. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Cool. Definitely at least 3 vein. There's 7. Use cobblestone to build back up. this to get up top. Because I think that way is my house, and I'll be able to see it once I reach... Or once I'm able to open up the map. Let me see if I can find some more surface iron. Because actually, to get iron tools, I need to start at least setting up the trading hall. Because the villager that will trade me the item, I need to get the... the villager, I need to get the last item to... Or the item I need to upgrade tools beyond stone. Good. And now for the part that I said I was trying to avoid by allowing cheats to be on, where I now have to figure out how to navigate my way back home. Okay, ooh. Ooh. This is a special event that goes on whenever you... It has a chance to happen whenever you're mining an ore. I'm dead. Okay, now for the... I see. You know what? I will teleport myself back here so I can grab this. That's my experience back. But, as you can see in my inventory, my tools have taken damage. Now, they don't take damage through use, but if you die with them in your hotbar or equipped, they will in turn take damage. Now, honestly, I might not even... Might not repair them just because right now stone and chainmail tools aren't really worth repairing. The shield, on the other hand, is. Because I can't upgrade the shield. But one thing that I'm making note of for that is that when you upgrade your tools, it actually restores the durability to full. Which is why instead of repairing them, I might just upgrade them to iron. Well, I do have those two anvils, and to repair stone tools is just stone, so... But it does take levels too, so... Yeah, I think I'll just repair them when I upgrade them. I did get 13 iron now. Dragon tree. Did I take my boat over? And if so, where? Oh, hospital note. Don't need that. I'll check that. I'll check if I get back to my base and my boat's not there, then I took it. And honestly, I could probably fill this entire lake with boats. They're not expensive. Oh, my boat's still there, so I swam over. Lake of Bourdon. You know what? I might just... Because, alright, so this is going to be my dock area. This is going to be my house. And this one will be the area towards my farm. I might make the villager trading hall here. And just make a bunch of stands. I don't see what else I'd make here. So that might not be too bad of an idea. Let's see. Cook my pork. And there's some more bricks, but let me place these down. Collect the pork, and that might honestly do it for a stream today. Got a decent amount done. Cook up my iron, because right now I need iron cooked. But that honestly might do it for today. I will be streaming tomorrow. I'll be back on Master Duel tomorrow. Still trying to build some of my other decks, but that will honestly do it for today. Hope you guys have a good night.